Aren't you guys sick of like the kind of the alcohol the things where you like wash your hands? I can't think hand sanitizer. Aren't you sick of like the hand sanitizer that just like you smell it and it smells like tequila or like whiskey or something? It's like so gross. Like, I mean, I don't really drink hard liquor very often, anyways, but I know the smells, and um, yeah, I don't really love that smell. I like the old school hand sanitizer. um, but I don't know. I'm wondering like when are they gonna like finally get back to like let's let's have like normal name brand hand sanitizers again. Like the by now, I'm assuming they must have caught up, with the supply and demand situation. I mean, are the name brand hand sanitizers like are they still manufacturing? Because I don't see them in stores at all, like hardly ever. you know, um, I don't know. It's weird, but I'm really this off-brand hand sanitizer. I'm not feeling it. I feel like my hands smell like tequila sometimes, and then like they don't have the right properties because like there's still like a film left on your hands when you wash with hand sanitizer nowadays. I don't like COVID. COVID sucks. um, so, anyways, yeah, weird way to start a stream. I know. Hopefully, we'll get some people in here. I invited some people. You know, it would be cool to have a little bit of a chat ski. But yeah, just a little update. Hey, what's up, Frank? What's up, Johan? What's up, Nefarious NYC? I didn't know you were in NYC. We chatted a bunch, but I guess we didn't ask where each other's from. But oh, that's a question to somebody else. But but anyways, Nefarious is making dinner. Cool. And Johan says, "Hey, hey." Frank says, "That's not Frank. This is Frank." Frank says, "Hey, Marsh. I was on Frank's channel last night with Anna Robb, and it was fun. It was actually really fun. I really enjoyed it. The I can't believe it's not the Artcast episode number 3 or something or 4 something like that. And it was great. I had a blast. I stayed up later than I should. Didn't end up getting to bed till like 1:30 in the morning, and I have to get up at like 5:30 in the morning. So that was fun, but I enjoyed it, and I have plenty of energy still at this point. I didn't take a nap or anything. Um, and yeah, Frank, I don't know. Maybe people will come on the stream. I invited people, but nobody's here yet. But we'll see. Um, if I'd be happy to, have Gibran. If you, hey, what's up, dude? If you wanted to come on, you could come on. Frank, if you wanted to come on, you could come on. Mutt, if you wanted to come on. Um, so I don't know. I mean, I think I don't know who. I don't remember who's in the linkage when I send the links out or whatever. But oh, somebody's in. We got a somebody. Oh yeah, Johan said that she's got a Zoom class coming up. So I could understand that. Who is this? Bald
Hey.
you look like you got a fresh shave going on there, bud.
Oh, you mean up here?
Oh wait, that's not a shave, huh? It's just the way it grows. How's
How you
it going,
doing?
man?
Doing good. I'm like putting lists together. I got appearances coming up and commissions to do, and I got to get stuff to you and other people, and yeah, I'm kind of busy.
Cool.
But
Cool beans.
but I saw
So
you were
if you're
doing a
the-
stream, and
This is the
what the hell?
extreme. But yeah, man, absolutely. Always happy to have you on, bud.
Thanks.
And speaking of that, let everybody know who the heck you are. You're not just the bald guy. You got something else going on.
That's right. Yeah, I'm not another Michael Bendis.
There's a lot of bald guys
I
in communities.
yeah, it is. There's more and more every day. We all hang out in a group together. I'm Peter Palmiotti of Human Art Studios, and I'm working on my comic Retro. You can watch me stream live on YouTube. I'm trying to get my numbers up. I'm getting close to 800 now, so I'm not too far away from 1,000. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, working on Retro. I'm working on a graphic novel for a friend of mine. I'm working on Hawk in New York for another friend of mine. Yeah, like I said, I got commissions. I want to do some artwork, and I sort of had a day job, and it's been really inconsistent. So I'll probably continue to work there, but I'm gonna push forward and really just push out a lot of artwork and try to sell some stuff because I think that's more to my benefit than waiting for a flaky day job.
Sell your soul, man.
Yeah.
That's worth a lot. Yeah, man. Well, that's good. That's well, I don't know. Is it good? I hope it's good. Good. I'm wishing the best for you at all times, man. And I know how this goes.
Yeah, it's being freelance. I'm trying to get the inks for Retro done this month, trying to commit to that so then I can focus on production next month and, get everything accomplished.
Awesome.
Who's that?
We have a new challenger.
Hey,
A new challenger.
do a bald off. Come on.
Another baldy. I'm getting there. I mean, I'm kind of jealous. Like I'm getting there, but
Just shave it, Marsh. Just shave it off.
I have shaved it though, and my wife said it was it smelled weird, so I stopped shaving it. So anyways, well, first of all, who the heck are you, by the way? Who's the second bald man in the room?
I'm Frank Salazar. You can find me at Salazar Art Nation. I make comics, not excuses. And I just got home from work, so I'm tired, but I had to repay you the favor and crash your stream this time.
There you go.
All right. Well, hey, I don't know if it was a favor from me or not, but I was there anyways. But I'm glad you're on mine. So what's up, everybody in the chat? I see Kelly's in there. I think we said Gibran already. Everybody else, I think we said, but y'all all rock. Thank you for hanging out with us. So today I wanted to I don't have like a big topic or anything, but I did want to give kind of like an update. Actually, I titled this "Back on the Saddle," and Frank, since you came on, I got a little echo going, so I don't know if there's some kind
It
of
might be because I'm not using the mic, but I can fix that right now.
Cool, man. Thanks.
So let me do
Kelly, I just talked to you. You said, "Can somebody talk to me, please?" Everybody talk to Kelly. How you doing, Kelly? We love you, and we thank you for coming and hanging out with us. So this is what I'm going to talk to you about, Kelly, and everybody else. I titled this thing back in the saddle, and the reason why is because I have been having a hard time, getting back to the way things were when I was working on my comics every day for 3 years in a row, every day, every single day for 3 years, except for, the odd day here and there. But for the most part, out of 360 days of a year, I probably did 350 something days. So I think that's a pretty good record for the last 3 years. But I really fell off the wagon for like five-ish months, something around that. Life has hit me hard lately, and it's still there, same stuff. But I can't just wallow. I gotta make progress and keep going, and so that's what I'm doing. And I feel like I'm at the point where I at least have the strength to do my thing again. And I have a lot of opportunity because I have more time now, which is really cool. So that being said, I've started back on the half an hour a day. Today's actually the second day of it. I'm not doing 100 days of making comics, not because I have any problem with 100 days of making comics. I still think that's an awesome challenge. Fully support anybody who's doing that, and I would do it again, but it's kind of, at this point, it's just I've done it so many times. I'm more interested in the do a half an hour a day every day till the day I die type of challenge. Not that I'm saying I'm better than anybody. I've just done that before, so I just really I'm looking towards a career, and I'm working more than a half an hour a day. If I'm gonna really make something of this has to be something I really work at every day for long periods of time. But that being said, I started a thing in the AAA Discord where it's like the AAA punch-in or the AAA clock-in. I forget what I called it. But it's just a place where everybody and anybody who's involved in the AAA Discord can come in and say, hey, I worked on my comic for 30 minutes or more today. I did this, and this, and now there's accountability. And for me personally, the way I'm doing it is I can only miss one day a week. I give myself that one grace day because I feel like if I don't, then it's easier to fall off the wagon. A lot of times I don't use that grace day, but I have it there in case I need it. But that being said, if I hit 2 days of not doing it and somebody notices, like, I fully expect people to be like, dude, like, what the hell, what's going on? I want that accountability, and that's why I created that group. And anybody else who joins and becomes part of that, like, I'm gonna hit you up, if you don't do it, after a couple days too. I mean, everybody, maybe you're not doing it exactly the way I'm doing it, but that's how I'm kind of running it. So it might sound a little harsh, but at the same time, you need that little bit of accountability to really get going. And I'm happy about it. I have a lot of projects in the works. I'm preparing for next year right now. That's my main thing. I have a lot of stuff. Obviously with Peter, I got Retro Colors, and I have Big Wrath, which is on the back burner, but it's always there in my mind, and it's something that I can always kind of go back to because the script's ready. I just have to keep drawing it,
Right.
And then, I have a bunch of other projects lately. I've been working on a project called Otis, and I'm not going to get into details on that right now, but I'm writing for that, and I have an artist for that. I'm also working on Calamity Jane. I just got a logo created actually by Mr. Muttman, who was in the chat for a second there. I don't know if he's still listening, but he did a really awesome logo for me. I hired him to do that, and
Nice.
I'm super pleased with it. And of course, if anybody's been watching for a while, Mike Emirates is going to be doing, at the very least, he's going to be doing pencils. I'd love him to do the whole thing, but I want to pay people, and I'm not made of money, so and he's totally worth the money, but I can only afford what I can afford. So I'm gonna start a few projects out. I got some other stuff. I'm working with some other people you've seen probably on the YouTube channel. There's a bunch of things in the works, and I'm preparing for next year, and there is going to be a crowdfunder at some point early on next year.
Yes.
and hopefully more than one next year, but at least one. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. There's so many things,
Awesome.
that's coming up.
That's cool.
I haven't been to the Discord today. Well, I was there today, but I wasn't like floating around everywhere. And I haven't seen your new section, so I will definitely go check it out. Sounds like a great idea. Sometimes these kind of things will trip us up, but it sounds clean and straightforward. So I'll give it a look and try it myself, maybe.
Yeah, man. I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, I know 100 Days of Making Comics has been helpful for both of you guys.
Yep.
And I'm not saying you have to do it via my Discord or anything, but I mean, still to this day, like one thing is interesting is I now I have a lot more time on my hands, but somehow I find a way to procrastinate the whole day away sometimes. I'm like, I'm going to work on it. I'm too tired to work on it. And it just happens and I hate it. So what I realized is I can't be like, okay, I have more time, so I'm going to do 3 hours a day, at least 3 hours a day every day for 100 days a day. I'm not going to do that. Like, I have to still make it a half hour a day, even if I do 12 hours in a day or 8 hours or 3 hours. I have to at least just commit to that half hour, and it's important to keep it at that low level, in my opinion.
Yeah, when it comes to accomplishing things, usually what I try to do is do it first thing in the morning if you can, because if you let the whole day go, then you'll find excuses. You'll find other things that occupy your time with, and before you know it, it's tomorrow. So the best thing is to do it right off the bat. If you're committing to at least a half hour, do that half hour. And, if you get inspired later in the day to do more, then do more later.
Yeah, I would agree. That's my problem. I go to work. I get inspired. I get inspired. I go to work. I'm inspired during that because I get to like listen to like videos and stuff from time to time. And but then by the time work ends, I do my run or do my dinner or whatever, and by the time I'm done, I'm like, I don't know if I feel like doing anything right now. And it's like it's so much harder to gather up the strength to do work on my comic at that time compared to in the morning. So I definitely think you're right with that.
Well, you do something like the ice bucket challenge. Like if you don't accomplish your half hour by nighttime, then you have to throw a bucket of ice over yourself to wake you up.
Yeah, right.
I've been working on my comic at night because I got into the habit of doing it with Jeff Lafferty and Gibbon Redinger at 11 p.m. at night. This week I've been working all day, so I haven't had a chance to do it in the morning, but I've been doing it around this time, which I'm going to start doing some sketching right now.
Nice.
Cool.
Well, I will say, because I have more time now, I actually do, I've been doing live streams at night, and I think I think actually Nefarious here put a comment on one of my videos today, and he was like, oh man, I forget how he said it, but he was like, oh, you never stop, or you don't get tired, or something like that. And I definitely get tired, but I told him, like, I commented back, I'm like, you haven't seen anything yet. Because I mean, Peter has seen, and probably you've seen too, Frank, when sometimes I do like daily videos and stuff like that, and I definitely have the capacity and desire to do things like that. So I think that's going to start happening very soon, if not starting today. So we'll see how it goes. I'm not making any commitments, but yeah, I don't know. Like even yesterday, I'm like, I crashed Frank's stream, and I was just like, you know what? Let's see what we can do. Let's get on people's videos. I've been hitting up, Alterna streams sometimes or other people's streams and see sometimes getting on there and I think it's fun. Like that's one thing. I might not be able to make art at night, but I can at least, jump on videos and stuff.
Yeah. And when it comes to getting being tired, it's like if you ask yourself, am I tired? Your brain's going to tell you, yeah, you're tired,
Yeah.
But it shouldn't matter. Like, if you have the energy to keep your eyes open and watch TV or do something else, then you have the energy to get some art done or write some story or whatever,
Yeah.
That's the true professional.
Totally. Kelly says, Marshall, should I make a video for 8:30 to 8:40? If you want, I mean, you can make a 10-minute video if you want. I'm not sure. Or are you saying, do you want to make a 24 hours and 10-minute video? I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to say there, but you should make a video if you want to. I mean, I don't know how old you are. If you're really young, you might need some parental help. I don't really know. But yeah, I'm down to, I think that making videos anytime is great. Well, I can't make videos in the morning because I wake up late and that's it. Hey, I feel you. It's hard not to wake up late. Let's see. When do you sleep? Oh yeah, that's what Nefarious said. He said, when do you sleep? Oh, trust me, I sleep. But I don't. So I sleep. Sometimes I sleep like 4 hours in a night, but usually it's somewhere around 5 or 6 hours. It probably should be more. But yeah, I don't know. Marsh is fixing to turn it up. Absolutely, man. I want to see you and Macho
Yep.
turn it up too. But you guys actually are just coming off of having turned it up. So, you sometimes it's good to have a little bit of a break, for sure. So yeah, what is so you've been working on retro and stuff. How's that been going?
Retro's been going good. It's motivating to do work with an audience. So it's like that's why I sort of refocused my YouTube channel. It's the only thing I'm doing right now on there is making comics and art, my new series, and I'm focused entirely. I think there's one video out of all the ones I've done that's something else, but it's all just me inking retro, and it's going well. Welcome back, Frank. And it's like on my off hours when I'm not on YouTube doing that, then I'm working on the graphic novel, I'm working on commissions and other stuff. So I'm just constantly keeping busy, and in my spare time I play with my cats.
You can't help but to.
Yep.
Nice.
True.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. And Frank, what are you up to these days? I know you've been mini comicking it up.
Yeah. Peter and I started the mini comics exchange in the Discord, and I think the people should start getting something or stuff should be getting sent out soon. So I'm not sure. But,
the other Peter.
I'm working on a comic right now for the 9-Vote. I already did a quick story. I want to get a my Great Canuck story in there, so I'm pushing for that deadline. So trying to get it done. So work started. I started getting more work, so that's kind of like been delaying me a little bit. But I'm trying to get in as much as I can. And right now I had to leave because someone just came and dropped off a check for me. So now I have some money.
There you go.
Well, yeah, that's a good reason to leave. I'd leave for that too.
Go buy some comics.
Don't buy comics. No, I don't know. Actually, today on the way today I was I was getting into some research for my Otis comic that I'm working on, and I was somehow I stumbled upon Milestone Comics, which is something that happened while I was super excited about Image Comics back in the '90s, and that happened like in the midst of it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this looks really cool too, and I got some, and I actually got some from a friend's collection who I actually bought a friend of mine's collection. Uh,
Oh,
he was getting rid of back then, and he had a bunch of the Milestone comics as well. And I looked at it and I thought it was really cool. I never read it because I'm horrible. But it made me think. First of all, I have to go through my comics and see if I still have any of those. But if not, I'm thinking about taking a little trip to the comic shop tomorrow. So, and seeing if I can get a few copies because I don't know. I just think it's interesting. From what I hear, they were actually pretty good. The writing was good, and I know the art was good because I remember. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested in checking that out and actually reading them. Did you read any of those, Peter? You were in the biz
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah, back in the day, I mean, my brother was working on one of them. I forget the character's name, but it was Dennis Cowan's book.
Mhm.
And I'm pretty sure I helped him out on that book. Um,
okay.
but yeah, it was a huge thing at that time, and it was pretty successful. Although companies, they really like pound down, it's got to be this number or whatever, and it I'm not sure how long it lasted, but they are bringing it back, and that's exciting. And you know DC is a question mark in many ways nowadays, but hopefully it succeeds and does well, and we have a resurgence. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting characters. The most popular was Static, and I think he had an animated series for a while. But yeah, maybe we'll see some movies with those characters one day. I think it was Icon was Dennis Cowan's character. I forget exactly.
Yeah, there was Icon, there was Blood Syndicate,
Right.
Static. Yeah, from what I hear, they were pretty good reading wise, and that's cool that you got to work on them. Did you get to where did you meet any of those people at all, or
You
the
know,
legends from it?
I probably did. I met so many people at that time. I think I went up to the what was the Milestone offices once or twice. So I met a lot of people there. Probably everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Seems pretty cool. Dwayne McDuffie and stuff. Apparently, he was like a really good writer and stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he passed away. But I definitely want to read some of that stuff. Icon sounds interesting. Static, obviously, uh, is probably the most well known out of all of them. He's kind of almost like a Spider-Man type of character.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um, and yeah, I'm definitely interested in checking some of that out. Mutt says Dennis Cowan is freaking awesome. Loved his
Yeah.
Deathlock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know. Did he draw the Deathlock that Dwayne McDuffie wrote? Because I hear he wrote a pretty mean Deathlock as well, and at one point.
Probably.
Yeah.
I know Don McGregor wrote Deathlock back in the day. I believe it was Don McGregor. Lots of people worked on the character.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think they did last for a few years, and they sold good. I mean, there's not, for what was essentially a creator-owned indie company, even though they were under DC, they were still kind of the same thing as an indie creator-owned company. They did pretty darn well, they sold comics. They had hundreds of issues that came out. it's not something to shake a stick at.
No, not at all. I mean, they made an impact, and I think they got swallowed into the company. I'm not sure if they were supposed to integrate the characters into meet up with Batman and Superman, Wonder Woman, and all of that. But it's a lot of times when the bigger companies does something like that. You see the heroes around for a little while, then they disappear. So
yeah, totally. Evan says, I like the time punch because sometimes come up with excuses for working on other stuff rather than my comic. Yeah, totally. I mean, that's literally what the purpose of the time punch is. And yeah, it helps me. I mean, it's like, it's funny because the one of the criticisms I would get as a Christian that I would get from atheists sometimes is, oh, God is a crutch for you or something. Well, hey, sometimes you need a crutch. Same thing with the half hour a day. I kind of need that crutch. It helps me. It makes me get things done. So
yeah.
And I like how we're embracing the not excuses part of Make Comics Not Excuses a bit more. So
totally.
And that's something I'd already been doing, but now seeing it more and more interaction, it looks really cool. So.
Well, I mean, I'm sitting here and I make all these videos. It's like I make more videos than I make comics, and I sit here and talk a good talk, and usually I walk the walk, but like I said, I fell off the wagon for a few months. But it makes me feel. I know people will say, well, you did, it's understandable, especially when they know what I'm going through and stuff. But it still makes me feel like I still should be able to do at least a half an hour a day. That was what I was always saying. Like, no matter what's going on in your life, you could still at least get a half hour a day out. So I don't know. To me, I felt like a little hypocritical, and I'm like, I got to finally get on that wagon again. And there was a couple missed starts, but I think I'm finally on the real start for really getting back in gear here.
Why not do what I do, or do what Jeff Lafferty is doing? Like, we work and we talk and and stream.
Yeah, I mean, that's why like I said, I'm probably going to be doing a lot more videos, and this is probably one of those streams where I could do that. But the problem is, most of my most important work that I have to do right now is all writing. I mean, I could conceivably sit here and work on Big Wrath right now, and maybe
right.
The iPad is literally right here. Like, maybe I should just open it up and start working. But that's, like I said, I'm focusing on writing, and that's the thing I really need to make sure I get done is the writing. But yeah, you're right. I should probably be drawing.
Do a silent stream. I mean, it's been done. Like, I know this kid, Korean kid who's in school. He just takes out his workbooks and he reads. He doesn't talk to the camera. He's not even looking at the camera. It's just focused on the back of his head or something. And he's got like a million subscribers. It's literally like, that's all he does.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, hey, I could try that. Actually, I'd like to see a link to that. If you know the link, please send it to me, because
I'll try to find it. Yeah.
Because that's interesting, actually. I think that it would almost be like a shock to the system of my viewers if I did that. But maybe it's like comic book ASMR or something. I don't know. Nefarious says, yeah, boy, take a trip to the comic shop. If you do, I'll take one too and make a video out of it. Hey, it wouldn't be the first time. I have done that at least once before. No, I didn't do a public video, but I did. Peter, I think, Frank, maybe you've probably been in them too. There's been background, especially when we had Google Hangouts. We used to have Hangouts and stuff where we just hang out and chat, and it'd be audio usually. And there were times, I mean, I would do it while I was driving and whatever. Like, I'd be working. Yeah. And I'd also do it I did it at least once when I was in the comic shop, but I don't know. I'm not the type of person who's like bold enough to like video, out in public and stuff. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll gather up the cojones to make it happen.
Gaz has done that. He's like, oh, there's people staring at me. They think I'm weird. Oh well.
Yeah, I even asked him about that, but it's like, yeah, the real reason why Gaz can do that is because Gaz is Gaz. So, it says
I actually have some footage where I did that at a little retro arcade / comic book shop, but like the comics was just like a little rack of comics, but it was all like mainstream comics. But I just took out my camera and took video, and I still have the footage. I just don't know like how I would incorporate into video unless I just say comic shop, game shop tour, and then just let it be a thing.
You should do it, dude.
Yeah, and it was like right when COVID was happening, so like.
Oh, you did do it.
I didn't want to like make any videos about COVID, so that just kind of just stayed there. But yeah, I have the footage. I can edit it and upload it and just put some music.
Yeah, that's all.
Jimmy, welcome. Thanks. I'm glad you caught a stream. Awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. C. Wilcox Art Hardware was another one. I forgot about.
That's right. Maybe Hardware was Dennis Cowan. I forget. It's been too long.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Nefarious. I have the same problem. I can't type and talk. Heck, I can't even browse the internet and talk. Well, that's I can't necessarily chew gum and rub my head and my belly at the same time, but maybe, I don't know. I could try. Jimmy wants me to rock the boat with the ASMR streams, I guess.
Yeah.
We got more. Is ASMR? I think ASMR kind of had their heyday. I don't hear much about it anymore. It was like I think it was a big thing last year, and then this year, other things happened.
It's a fad.
Yeah. All right. So
on the fans page.
What?
I was reading what Gib was saying. Yeah. There's one ASMR channel. I mean, there's one YouTuber that I watch sometimes, and she'll do an ASMR sometimes. But those don't never interest me, so I hardly ever watch those. So, I never got the point of ASMR. So.
Well, I checked some of them out. My wife was like into them and stuff, and so we would kind of watch them. And I don't know. There's different ones. There's like fun ones. I don't like get the tingly sensation that they talk about, but I get I like the fun ones that are like family ones, and you see the kids and they actually, it's barely ASMR. They're really just having fun eating silly stuff. But I don't know, we got into those ones, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. There's only so much you can watch somebody eat something or make weird sounds.
Well, we can do ASMR comics right now.
Yes. What's that dude? He's like the most popular guy on YouTube nowadays. A comic dude. He barely does comics, huh?
Me?
Well, I was thinking of you, but there's another guy too who's kind of working his way up to your level. I'm trying. He's done videos with Box Office Artist a lot, but I can't remember his name.
Jimmy Reyes.
He does like really,
that's Box Office himself.
Yeah, but he does really detailed artwork. His girlfriend's always in it.
No,
and he's always giving stuff to people. Like he's constantly giving like
David.
people and stuff, and like he makes a lot of money. He's like probably 2 million subscribers or something at this point. I don't know.
Moon Knight artist. He's done some image stuff. I'm blanking on his name right now.
Well, anyways, I remember he did a couple ASMR videos, but his were actually pretty good. Like they were like actually well done. I was like, okay, I could see how comics could be an ASMR thing. But you know, I don't think that was his most popular videos though. Probably the ones where he's giving away iPads were the biggest ones. But but anyways, yeah, he said Diest Cartoons. I know I've seen you around. I don't know how to say your name, but are you guys briefly talking about Milestone? I'm a fan of Static and recently got into Blood Syndicate. Yeah, we were chatting about Milestone a little bit. I want to get some of the comics. I've had some. I got to look through my collection to see what I have, so I can kind of see what I want to get and stuff. If I even have any more, I got rid of so many comics. But yeah, I want to actually read them because I had them, but I didn't read them. Like I said, I bought a friend's collection, so I only read like some of the comics that were in there. But that being said, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Apparently, it was really good stuff, though. Everybody I hear who talks about it says the stories were decent. So yeah. So there's another like awesome comic book controversy that's dividing the industry again going on right now.
Oh boy.
Anybody want to get into that?
Which one this time?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Well, it starts with Keanu and ends with Reeves.
What? That he's writing a comic?
Yeah, he's got that Kickstarter, and it's doing pretty amazingly, obviously. But
I didn't know he started a Kickstarter.
Here we go. ZHC. That's what I was trying to think.
Oh, ZHC. Oh yeah, I really like his artwork, and when he does art videos, but he's doing all this crappy other stuff.
I don't mind the crappy other stuff, but I
liked his music video on how to draw.
I kind of wish I could do that. Sorry, what would you say, Frank?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But I like his music video on how to draw. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I do remember that. That actually was really cool. I mean, like I said, I think it would be fun to give a bunch of stuff away and whatnot. But and he does like I don't know. I like some of the videos, but I rarely watch them anymore because you can only go through a hyper walk with a crazy artist so many times. I think.
It's like Jazza. I really like Jazza. I like his art videos and some of his stuff, but he does a lot of wacky stuff too. It's like you don't watch everything of everyone.
Yeah, no doubt. JM's artwork says, "Why you doing a video chat?"
Because he wants to.
Hey, Frank, you took the words right out of my mouth. Nefarious says his Kickstarter Berserker.
Berserker now? You ripped off Jeff Lafferty.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's no vowels, so I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Berserker. His Kickstarter Berserker that ticked off all the comic pros in the industry. They just hate crowdfunded comics. Well, actually, I think I'm sure that's the case for sure. But I think the thing that I've heard a lot so far is there's a lot of people who are like, oh well, he shouldn't kickstart that, or Boom Studios shouldn't kickstart that because they have money, or Keanu has millions of dollars. Like why is he kickstarting a comic? And that Kickstarter should be reserved for people who are on the upcoming, and they shouldn't be like these industry people. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
you know, I think anybody should be able to do it. But yeah, I mean, you know, for Keanu, he doesn't need the money. Let the price, the cost of everything be covered, then everything else go to charity. You know.
Yeah.
You agree, Frank?
I see nothing wrong with he wants to make extra money, and I think he just might have just a passion to do comics. So this is just the way that people are doing it. So that's what the route he's taking. That I'm assuming. I haven't really heard about this.
Yeah.
But you know, he wants to Kickstarter. He can. So did Todd McFarlane, and you know, he didn't really need the money either.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I
But
mean,
yeah, I mean, maybe he can donate to charity, but that's not for me to say. But you know, get the comic out. You know, maybe it's good. If it's good, hey, I'll check it out.
yeah. You know, I think the thing is people look at the money side of things, and obviously Keanu doesn't need the money. Boom Studios though is just a small publisher. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, they're bigger than Donkey Jaw Projects or Human Art Studios, but but they are still a small publisher, and
Yeah.
even big publishers in comic books are barely getting by. So the, to say like they shouldn't do a Kickstarter, I don't see any problem. I think I had Sweetcast, Clint from Sweetcast on last week, and he's done a couple of videos talking about this, and I really agree with what he says. I tend to agree with what he says generally on his videos, but he's saying like these guys, like, people who criticize, they kind of feel like there's some kind of unwritten rule, like if you're popular you can't do Kickstarter, or if you have the money or something you can't do Kickstarter, or if you're a big company you can't do Kickstarter or Indiegogo. And to me, I'm like, and this is what Sweetcat or Clint says, is like, that's not a rule. Like, you're just making something up. Like,
Yeah.
the reason why they can't do that.
Keanu's trying to go to all platforms. Like, he's got a video game. He wants to do a comic. He's doing movies. Soon he'll be on regular TV. I love him, and I just saw Bill and Ted. It's a good movie. It's like, I was thinking like just a dream kind of project. What if I just contacted Tom Cruise to be a part of one of my upcoming comics? And it's like, if that happened, would people be pissed at me? I don't care.
Yeah. I wonder how affected Keanu is by little comment. All these comments by these like complainers and stuff.
Me, don't care.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it's probably he probably doesn't have you. I don't know how much he has to do with it or not. I'm not really sure. I think he's writing it. I mean, I don't know. He's the type of person who I wouldn't be surprised if he got his hands dirty in the whole thing. I don't mean dirty like bad, but just like got involved.
Yeah.
Because he's just that type of person. It seems like he seems like a really cool dude. But I don't know. I don't have any problem with it. I think the thing is when people, again, they focus on the money. Like, when you do a Kickstarter, for us, like people like us three here, yeah, I mean, there is a big part. The money is a huge part. Like, we can't literally even do our comic if we don't get funded.
Yeah.
But even if it wasn't for that, I think a lot of us still would do it. Like, there's some comics that I feel like I might just pay for outright, but it's actually more advantageous and just a better community thing to get people involved, and get the readership to get excited about it. It's marketing. It's, I want people to read my book. I didn't write it for myself. So I think Indiegogo and Kickstarter are great avenues to get readers.
I think something like Keanu doing a comic on Kickstarter brings more attention to Kickstarter for those that don't know about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, and if it's another creator making comics, great. The more the merrier. We need more creators right now.
Yeah.
I feel the same way, and if this is one thing too, is like, this kind of tendency to criticize a bigger name and all that. I'm getting some more feedback again. I don't know what it is, but criticizing a big name and stuff is like, and seeing like, I think some people feel like, okay, they have this huge Kickstarter or whatever, like now it's going to make it harder for me to do mine, or something. And I don't believe that. That's that that scarcity mindset, and I don't think that's a healthy way to think about things. To me, a rising tide raises all ships, and I think that really is true. This actually, in my opinion, helps people. Like Peter was saying, like, there are people who, a lot, like, there's us people who are into crowdfunding and stuff, who like know about it and have participated or bought from crowdfunders and stuff, but we're used to it, but we don't realize that the common everyday world will look at something like Kickstarter and be like, that's probably a scam. I don't even want to go near that. So if you get somebody like Keanu Reeves doing something, that'll bring a few more people who might be interested in comics. Like, we might have more of a chance to crowdfund our comics now because of that,
Yeah, I mentioned Kickstarter to a bunch of people outside my comic industry friends, and they're like, "What's that?" And I explain it, and they're like, "What? Who?" They have no clue,
Yeah. A lot of this stuff is people are oblivious to. It's funny. I was talking to a guy at work today, and he's creating a business and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I paid some guy like $100 for a logo or something like that," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then, the next day I come in, he's like, "Oh man, I don't know about this logo thing. Like, this logo, I paid this guy, and the logo is like crap and stuff." I'm like, "Let me guess, you went on Fiverr and got a logo?" He was like, yeah. How do you know about that site? Like, I just Googled something. That was the first site that came up. I'm like, well, he's like, he never even heard of Fiverr before until he had the chance where he needed it. And I'm like, well, that's, us artists who are used to it. We know that, like, you get what you pay for when you go to a site like Fiverr. I felt bad for him, but hey, what are you gonna do? I can't change it. I told him, I'm like, actually, Mutt here is in the chat. I'm like, I got friends who could do a logo for you, But he's like, oh, I got my cousin. He's gonna see if he can do something. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Speaking about Mutt, I already said that. Yeah, he helped me with the Calamity Jane logo. The thing looks awesome. I'll share it soon enough, but
cool.
I'll probably do it when I get some art to go with it or something. We'll see how it goes. But it looks really awesome. I'm super excited about that project. Let's see. Okay, I'm catching up with the comments here a little bit.
There's been hundreds of comments so far.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, it's really popping off up in here, yo. Oh wow. Jeez. Sheesh. 512K at this point. Wow. That's crazy. Keanu is an industry person though. Okay. Let's see.
Oh.
I'm just gonna read through the comments. You guys can talk amongst yourselves.
all those people on Kickstarter should be pledging to Only Death Can Save Us and
Yes.
Doom Barbarian. Go check out those two books.
Yes. Go to Indiegogo right now and go to Only Death Can Save Us. Russ Leach, aka Comic Book Black Belt. Check it out. Let's see how it's doing. Let me see if I have it. If I have it open, I might have to do a little googling.
And Doom Barbarian by Gibran Redinger is also
I know,
out
yeah.
now.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get it. Hold your horses. I'll get there.
I've been following it. I think it's at 31%.
Don't.
Uh,
I'm
per-
trying to. I
Oh,
want it to be a surprise. Jeez, what the heck? You guys are messing up my whole thing. I'm the one who brought this idea up. Jeez. All right, let's see.
Let's check it out.
Here we go. Only death can save us. Look at this. 31%. No, Peter didn't even know about that. It's at 31%. 2,777 US dollars for a fixed goal of 6,640. There's only 28 days left. We got to make this happen, everybody. We got to do it. Only death can save us. It's really cool. I mean, if you don't get this, then I'm gonna be really sad because I like Russ. He's a friend of mine.
Yeah, it's a great looking book. Very professional. Even
Absolutely.
that campaign page is like dynamite.
Yeah,
It's got so many options and things you can grab up. Original artwork and poster and all sorts of things.
yep. I backed it. I'm gonna back it more than once probably because I want like more stuff. But that being said, who else we got? Tell me a little bit, Frank, about this other project. What's it called again?
Doom Barbarian by Gibran Redinger.
All right, let's see where
I believe he is in the chats.
he was.
He was, yeah.
Here we go.
There it is.
Here we go.
The first one too.
I've contributed to both of these, and you should too.
Awesome.
What's the
Almost at 20% here. We got to get this going, man.
Oh wow.
I think Frank had a check in his hand, so he's gonna go.
Oh yeah, that's true. Frank's about to get an original page.
But yeah, I like Gibbs stuff is just fun.
Yeah, it's like inking and all that stuff.
These paints and
I like his art style.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of why can't I can't think of the guy's name. I don't even know. I don't know what it reminds me.
Bisley?
Bisley.
Yeah. Yeah, and Gibran's only getting better and better. We get this project funded. He'll do another issue, and it will be like twice as good.
Totally.
Yeah. And some of the tiers include mini comics, and there's one there, Jurassic Jib, that he's been talking about. So I want to check that out.
Nice.
Oh, about his true life story, right?
Yeah.
Gibran.
Well, now that I got paid, I'll probably go back it.
Totally.
Awesome. Yeah, I gotta pledge myself to both of them, but I gotta pay some bills first. So
you're gonna pledge yourself to this project. Awesome. So that means you're gonna be inking it.
Pledge my soul to Doom.
Pledge my soul.
Oh, this is an interesting take. Mutt says he's probably trying to get his IP launched and can't do it in Hollywood. Indie Comics is a great playground to see if your IP will stick. He's got about 5,000 backers that would pay to see the movie. That's a great point.
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
And I don't mind if he does it because he's a movie guy.
Yeah,
if he's a comic guy, then I'd be like, shame on you.
Yeah, everybody in comics wants to make movies. So
Although I shouldn't say that because I have another project that's specifically aimed towards that kind of thing, but that's kind of more of an experiment thing, and I still make comics just for the sake of comics, but that's a whole different thing.
Oh, it's funny. I got a message from that guy who wanted me to write his novel. He got back in touch with me today, and he's like, "You still want to do it?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "Okay, we'll sign a contract and we'll see if we can get this made into a movie." I was like, "Okay."
Do it, make it happen.
Sure. Like I'll be
Make sure you get the rights. You get a cut of it when it's
yeah.
when it's optioned, because
Here's my percentage. Make it happen.
but get a cut of it when it's optioned, because it could be optioned and never made into a movie.
Yeah, like many of my brother's IPs.
Yeah. I'll sell all my projects. I'll option all my projects if they want. I don't care. I don't care if they ever make a movie. They'll probably mess it up if they make a movie of it anyways. Just give me money.
Did either of you see Warrior Nun on Netflix? That's Ben Dunn's comic creation made into a series on Netflix. I heard he didn't take a dime for that. I was like, what?
Why?
just so it gets made? I'm not sure. I'm not sure the details, but
I could see that.
I thought it was a good series, though. I thought it was really good.
Yeah. JM's artwork is queuing Frank up for a little pitch.
Oh, is it? How about Seawork Art Labs? Oh, Soulwork Art Labs. Have you collab with him already? He seems pretty cool in making comics. I'm working on it.
Yeah, but that's usually Frank's cue to say, "Hey, by the way, I have a friend. His name is Scott, and he makes comics, and he makes a lot of other things."
Yeah, and if you want to get the Comic Maker Toolkit, you can go to circworks.com and get that. It's at 40% right now. You can also get the Hero Design Studio also at 40% off. So check out his stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Circworks is a friend of the show. He goes way back. Me and Peter have known him for a long time, and Frank's known him for a long time. And he's a good dude. Him and I have done some channel collaborations. We created the Take Me to
Your Leader Tuesday
challenge, where you can any Tuesday, it's still going, it never stops. any Tuesday, you make an alien.
I think I did one last month.
Nice. Yeah, you've participated in a lot, and it's a fun challenge. Him and I both did 2 rounds of that in different years, and that was fun. And a lot of other people have participated. It's pretty cool. It's our own humble little Inktober challenge type thing.
Are you doing Shecember this year?
Probably not. I think I've kind of given up on that. Not because it's not a good thing, but because I can't do everything.
Yeah. Well, I think it was last year or something. You said, "Oh, I missed it, but I want to do it next year." I was just curious.
Yeah. I don't know.
And what's December again? I think that's what I haven't done.
Challenge in December to practice drawing the female figure or women, or I've even made variations where you can do December if you're actually good at drawing women and you need to learn how to draw guys. But whatever, it's just another challenge type of thing, like Inktober. You draw one every day. And when I was doing it, I did it for like 2 or 3 years. And I created prompts for it and everything, and got some people following it, and I probably should have stuck with it, but it's tough because December is such a busy month.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to run a challenge at the same time I'm like visiting family and stuff, and I don't know. It wasn't my focus. So let's see what else we got. We got I already kind of put it there, but Ronnie's in the chat. Ronnie and I, also known as
Ronnie.
Crimson Owl Studios, him and I are gonna do a video probably Sunday. Although, when does he do his horror video usually? His horror.
Friday night.
Oh, it's Friday
Yeah,
night.
it's
Okay.
usually Friday nights.
I was gonna say because I'm like, wait, is that conflicting with that? But apparently, I mean, he wouldn't have agreed to it if it was, I guess. So, yeah, we're supposed to do a video. It's gonna be interesting, probably on Sunday evening at some point. I'm not sure when,
Cool.
but looking forward to that. Oh, this is pretty cool. How about that? Frank is rich, according to Jimmy Draw's art. Are you rich?
I am.
He's like, that's news to me.
That's news to my fridge.
Yeah. We put the starving in artist.
That's really why I've been losing weight.
Jason, aka Mutt, says make comics for comics' sake, but if it can translate to other mediums, go for it. Stay true to the inspiration that spawned the IP.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Nice.
I'd love to see Hero first-person shooter as well, dude.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Let's see. Here we go. Here's a question for everybody. Are you guys going to do Inktober this year? What about you, Frank?
Oh man, I've been doing so much that I need to slow down and take a little break. So I might not do it. If I do something, it might be just maybe a couple of days for Inktober.
Yeah.
Or work on my comic and ink it, and I just do that as Inktober.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with bowing out, you know. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, you know,
Yeah, I got anthologies lined up, and like I need to take a break. Right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Frank, you should do a video and just be like, Jake Parker, I got things to do. You know, I can't be doing your Inktober, you know. There's people who are demanding my time. I got anthologies to make. I got places to be, people to see. Like, I can't be doing Inktober every year.
Captain Courage is gonna write himself.
Exactly.
Jake, I gotta work on that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Jake Parker himself said, you know, you don't have to do every day. You could do one a week or whatever. So you could do 4 pieces. I'm probably not doing a challenge. I think, you know, I'm challenged out and I got too much work. So I'll focus on work and try to get a lot of things out by the end of the year. So that's what I'm focused on.
Peter's already challenged enough as it is, apparently.
Yes. I'm very challenged.
So I have a question. Sorry, I have a question for any artist. What are challenges that you wouldn't do? Because I see some that are good ones, like, you know, Inktober was a good one. You know, making comics, 100 Days of Making Comics was a good one, or is still a good one. But I see kind of some that aren't that great, and people kind of jump on the bandwagon and they kind of fizzle out. Like I've been seeing some where I'll paint my mural and then take it off and I'll paint a mural on my wall again, and I'll paint a toilet seat cover.
I haven't seen the toilet seat cover yet. What was that guy? There's that one guy, something draws or whatever. He drew on a whole toilet paper roll, like he drew the whole sheet.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, there's a million art challenges out there if you start looking. One I liked, I haven't done it yet, but I forget exactly how it goes. I think it's like a 10-minute drawing, a 5-minute drawing, and a 1-minute drawing.
Yeah,
I've seen that one.
That's simple and approachable, and you know that would be fun.
Yeah, that one stresses me out. That's why I've never done it. But I get it, you know. But that 1 minute drawing, I'm like, oh, really? The 1 hour comic book challenge is pretty tough. I'll say that.
Yeah, I can never do it within the hour unless I just go stick figure.
Yeah, that's one I want to do, but I'm not that fast yet. When I get a little faster, I'll do it.
When you get as fast as me one day, Peter, you can do
That's right. That's right.
it. Stinch says Peter draws. Yeah, that's the guy who did the toilet paper roll. He's got a
Okay.
different channel. And Jimmy draws art. Says I want to try 100 days of making comics. I once did a 100-day drawing challenge.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
Well,
Yeah,
Some
I
bonus.
try to get into rhythms where I'm drawing every day. So it's like I consider it a challenge, but it's like I really don't announce it out there. You know, where I'm just drawing daily. It's just good to keep it going.
Right.
Because I ink so much and I do writing and other things, so I try to at least pencil something every day.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Kelly says, I'd rather not do 24 hours drawing because my camera would die. Well, I mean, you don't have to use a camera to draw necessarily, but if that's how you like to draw, that's cool too. But I don't know. You're probably getting to something that I'm not quite understanding, but that makes me think of the 24-hour comic challenge. Have you guys ever done that?
No, I've been curious about it. First, I want to tackle the 1 hour comic challenge, and I keep failing that one. So
I was at a convention, and there was a comic challenge. I forget exactly what the rules were at this point, but I did it with Bo Smith, and we had somebody there who penciled it. So he wrote it, some other guy penciled it, and I was inking it. And I think there was a limit. It might have been an hour. I forget now. But yeah, trying to work a con and doing a challenge and dealing with customers. It was just too insane. I mean, we accomplished it. And it was a good bonding experience with Bo. But it wasn't that great.
Well, hey, I mean, at least you had fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
So Stinch is just like, yo, stop your bitching. The 1 minute challenge is easy. Just break it down into form and light.
Yeah.
That's me extremely paraphrasing it. But yeah, no, I mean, it's true. I mean, it is easy. It certainly is easy. It's just the low self-esteem I get from thinking about how bad it would be. Let's see. Deist Cartoon says, I probably wouldn't do another 6 fan arts challenge again, but I do want to redo the artsy style art style challenge. The art style challenge. I'm not sure.
okay.
I
think that's when you take different artists' art style and you draw your character in those different styles.
Yeah,
like Simpsons, Bruce Timm, stuff like that. Powerpuff Girls,
Peanuts.
Yeah, that one's easy for me.
There's Draw Like Me, somebody will post a drawing that they drew and you try to draw it like them or something.
Yeah.
But I did the 6 fan arts. That was fun.
I did. It was fun, but that's when I was doing the first anthology, and I would use them as excuses to not work on the anthology. Like, okay, I'm gonna stop doing challenges and just work on my comic.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was fun. It was a good challenge. I liked it.
It's a good decision though. I've started the six fan art challenge twice, and I I think twice. But the thing is I thought I was gung ho. I was going to do it, but like two times in one attempt, like I deleted one of the ones I did by accident or something, and so it just got so frustrating that I kept like deleting one, and I had to keep redoing it, and I was just like, this is gonna go on forever. I'm done.
Man.
But maybe I'll do it again because it is fun. It was
Yeah.
fun when I did it. So let's see what else we got. Okay, so Stinch says, if you think how bad it would be, you could always fall back on it as an impressionistic expression. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I'll sell it for $1 million. Yep, and Nefarious agrees as well. Oh, we got bickering. That's funny. So yeah, I don't know, man. There's so many challenges. I love challenges too much. And I feel like Frank, I got to just work on my comic, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's like a culture that arose because of YouTube, because of Instagram, because you know it's like all these art challenges. That's well and good, but it's not paying my bills. You know.
Yeah, just comics are what's paying my bills. So, too bad. Like we all have, a lot of us have like big comic collections. Too bad we couldn't pay our bills with that. Frank, do you have a big comic collection?
I'm starting to get a pretty good size. I stopped collecting comics a long time ago, and I had some really good ones, some reprints. I had the Ninja Turtles, the first issue reprinted. I had the Spider-Man reprinted, but now I was telling this to Anna. Anything that seemed valuable to my brothers, they would take it. So I lost a lot of comics. But I've been buying trade paperbacks, and you know, I got Jeff Lafferty's Berserkernaut.
Nice.
You know, so I'm starting my collection again. So right now I think it's a decent size, and I got the 9-vote issue 1, which you can get on Lulu.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
So you buy comics that aren't valuable to your brothers.
Yeah.
What about you, Peter? Did your brothers ever steal your comics?
Well, yeah, you know, like
Did Jimmy steal your story?
back in the day when you know we were younger and collecting comics and living at home, you know, I bought, you know, whatever, a dozen of my own comics, and he bought different ones. So we, you know, read each other's comics. But you know, I never took anything from him. The only thing I took from him was a novel, which was The Shining, because it had a shiny cover. it was a paperback with a shiny cover. But you know, right now you know, it's like when I left New York back in 2006, I gave my collection away, and I had a couple thousand comics. And you know, what I have here is what I amassed since then. But even, you know, I probably got rid of exactly what I have here. So I probably got rid of a couple hundred books since I've been here. You know, I try to keep it down to a bare minimum at this point in time. But, you know, more often than not, what I'm gathering are crowdfunders.
Yeah.
You know, because there's no comic store in town, and I have to go out of town to go to, you know, a one nearby. So I just get stuff from crowdfunders.
Yeah, plus you need to just like keep your comic per cat quota down, probably.
Yeah.
24 comics per cat, you'll be all right.
If there's too many comics laying around, they'll start, scratching them and tearing into them. So
There you go. We got an interesting thing here. Kelly says if you do 100 days challenge, then your hand will hurt so bad, and then you will cry. I mean, that's the life of a comic artist, I think.
yeah.
Some people get so hurt so that they're disabled, unfortunately.
Yeah, challenge or not. I mean, if you want to do it for a living, then you're pretty much doing it every day. It's the only way to, get the workout and get better and, get more jobs and all that.
Yeah, and don't be too worried, because like Jimmy says, you don't always get that hurt, so you might be okay. Dale says back in the saddle again. Yeah, we talked about that earlier on in the video, but basically I'm back to doing a half an hour a day. I did that for 3 years straight, and then before that I was doing 100 days of making comics challenges. And I lost. I kind of fell off the wagon for a few months because of life circumstances, and I'm finally at the point where I'm back at doing a half an hour a day, and got a lot of projects getting ready for the new year. And I'm gonna be trying to push some stuff out soon. Within sometime 2021. 2021 is going to be the year of the marsh. So we'll see. I don't know, but I'm going to at least try to do at least one crowdfunder, and we'll see if we can get some more in there too.
Awesome.
Yeah. A lot of comic shops shut. What? Let's read this. Nefarious says a lot of comic shops shut. People in less urban places either gotta drive 10 to 15 minutes to them, or they can just back crowdfunding and get them in the mail. Yeah. I personally like my comics delivered to me. Thank you.
It's a nice surprise, It's like go to the mailbox and hey, what's this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's also a nice surprise is when you back like 10 crowdfunders and you don't get any of them for a year and a half. That's a nice surprise. No, I agree. I love when I get that, because it's true, because you really don't know when it's going to finally, be printed and sent over to you. But in the meantime, I also go to the comic shop a lot. Personally, I'm like, I got rid of so many comics, and I'm definitely starting to build up piles again.
Yeah.
Let's see. He continues, my old comic shop did pull lists. They stopped because the industry slowed down and people weren't showing up to get books on the reg. Then they just slowly shut down. A lot of shops are shutting down, yeah. Unfortunately. But, there will always be some comic shops. But the industry's changing, just like there will always still be vinyl. It's not going to go away 100%, but it's definitely taking a big dip right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been keeping up, but DC said that they were getting rid of the floppies and just printing trades. So the regular issues would be digital.
Yeah.
But I love printed comics, and that's going to be the focus of what I do, what I put out there.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Sometimes people just release stuff digitally, and it's just fine. I do read some digital comics. I love reading manga digitally because it's easy and cheap. But I tend to like the physical book as well. Mutt says, Marsh, did you ever think about doing a regular drawing contest show like Drawn and Quartered? You could host it and pick the theme. Those are fun to watch. I have thought about doing that back when I didn't have as much time, and I thank you for reminding me about it because that's a freaking great idea.
There you go.
I don't know. What do you guys think? How do you think I should do that? Like, think that's a good idea, or
You
That sounds
gotta.
like a good idea. What will be the rules? Like, what's the time frame? A minute?
No, you do it for like an hour or whatever. I don't know how long they go, but each you pick a piece, or you have the chat choose a character or something, and then everybody in the stream draws them, and they pick a winner. Right? Is that how it goes?
yeah, that's how they do it. And actually, that is a cool format. Maybe we can do like a variation on like that same exact format. You know, I bet we could come up with something really cool. I have to put some thought into it. Another thing that might be cool is that would be like crazy. Wouldn't it be crazy if we did like the 1 hour comic challenge live?
Wow.
Well, that could be a one-time event, sure.
Maybe it'll be an annual event.
There you go, annual. Yeah, that'd be fine. Not every week.
That idea, Jason. Thanks, man. That you. But well, all right. Put it this way, Jason. I will do that if you will join.
Cool.
I would like to see you in there helping me out with that. Like, not you don't have to be there on every episode, but it'd be great to have you on doing that. I think that would be fun. And Peter and Frank, I don't want you on there, but
Okay. Thanks a lot.
No, but yeah, that would be great. That would be super fun for all of us to hang out and
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Jimmy says, I haven't been in a comic shop in ages. I sort of hate that. Yeah, well, you don't have to be, but, to me, comic shops, personally, for me, are like a relaxing oasis. Like, I go in there and I could spend hours and hours and hours, especially if I can go through back issues and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even have to buy anything. I could just be there. It's like I meditate while I'm in there, and usually accidentally have bowel movements. But I don't know. But some people go there and they're like, ew, what is this place? This is where geeks go. Like,
Nerds.
yeah.
Back in January when I visited my family, Jimmy took me to his local comic store, and yeah, it was great. It was big place, and they got it's really cool setup, and they got a huge like recent comic section and a lot of independents and books I never even heard of, and just great selection of back issues and hardcovers, and yeah, also a lot of toys and whatnot. It was a lot of fun. My brother has his own office in the back for all his Kickstarters. It was cool.
Oh wow, that is cool.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll be able to have that.
Yeah. When you have 14 books, just boxes and boxes stacked up, like Indiana Jones, like.
Yes. Yes, the secret government archive of comics. Nefarious was talking to Jimmy Jaws, talking about how we were going to have a pilgrimage to the local comic store. Maybe we should take a trip together. That would actually, like I said, I did it kind of behind the scenes. I could do that with the Discord. I could just jump into the Discord audio chat and be like, hey guys, I'm at the comic shop. Where are you right now? And then we'll just I'll tell you what I'm looking at, and it's super interesting.
Could you imagine a stream where like everybody is doing it with their phone and they're live walking to their local comic store?
Yeah.
So it'd be like 4 different comic stores.
Yep. And for me, it would
Shaking
take
hands.
like an hour to get to my comic shop. For you, it would take like a day. But yeah, that'd be cool. How far is the closest comic shop to you, Peter?
I don't know if there's one closer, but I know there's a couple in Louisville, and that's just over an hour by car.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
What about you, Frank? You got any near you?
Yeah, in the next town over, which is not that far away. Maybe like 30, 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
And there's some on the strip mall, so like they're within the area, so I can go to one and then go across to another one and then go check another one out.
Yeah, I definitely have a selection of comic shops I can go to. I didn't realize, but there's one really close to me right now too that I actually thought I knew it existed, but I thought it closed down because it wasn't in the same spot. But apparently they just moved like a few blocks over, and it's actually way better now because everything's spread out. There's more room, and I actually really like it, to be honest.
There you go.
So
Yeah, there was a shop here that was I will go to, and I thought they shut down, but they just moved, and I found them I think a couple of years ago doing the free comic book day. So like I was like, oh, it's cool. Like they're still open. So
Yeah.
and they're still open. They still have things going on. So I might pay them a visit again.
yeah.
Cool.
Nefarious is really up on this comic shop idea, so we're gonna have to figure that out, Nefarious. That'll be,
We have to figure out schedules. We can do that. So
yeah. Mutt says, when I go to the shop, I make a beeline directly to the dollar bin. Yeah, I love that dollar bin, quarter bin, 50 cent, whatever. All those are usually good. I don't need my comics to be super spiffy. I just need them to be readable.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. That's what I'm going to be doing probably tomorrow after work, so we'll see. All right. With that being said, it's been an hour and a half, guys. Thanks for
Awesome.
Thanks for keeping me unlonely.
This is fun.
Indiegogo. Check it out. Doomed Barbarian.
Doomed Barbarian. Come on.
Yeah. Go over there and help that thing become a real thing.
Get on it.
Get a jam on it. A jam on it. I'm doing, we got some more. 24%.
Oh, wow.
374 USD.
Awesome.
So I am going to definitely credit that to me. That there's more backers. So thank you. I'm looking for a thank you from Gibran when you're ready. That being said, let's see what effect I've had on Only Death. Let's see. We got is this, I don't think this is refreshed yet. We were at 31% and now we're at 31%. Oh. You guys gotta help us out, man. Go to Indiegogo, go to Only Death Can Save Us. We gotta get this thing going.
That's right.
And, yeah. I mean, if you like comics and you don't get this, then you don't like comics. Russ is it's Bronze Age inspired. It's Death is like the hero, and I mean, people have done stuff like that, but nobody's done it like Russ has done it. And Russ is great at making comics. So
yeah, it's a cosmic story. It's so many characters. He's great at all their costumes and stuff. It's great.
This is a guy who has worked on Doctor Who and Ben 10, and he's worked on How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way UK edition.
That's right.
He's been around the world and back, so I mean, you guys gotta check it out. Get your purchase on, and I think you're not going to be sorry when you get it. So that being said, also, Frank, where can people find you? What do you want to shout out? Do it, man.
You can find me on Salazar Art Nation on YouTube and also my Instagram, Salazar Art Nation. And if you want to see some of the comics I've been doing, I have an Instagram, Salazar Nation Comics, and I should be posting a few sample pages soon. So check that
Awesome.
out.
Sweet. What about you, Peter? Where can people find you?
You can find me all across the interwebs, but go specifically to my YouTube channel and subscribe. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, I got a Pimp Your Comic that will be an open invite for you to come on, talk about your comic, talk about your channel, talk about models you're making, whatever you got going on, animation, and just we'll have a fun old time.
Awesome. I might have to crash your stream. You guys know where to find me, drjobprojects.com, Marsh Comics on Twitter. I don't have anything to sell, so just go get Only Death Can Save Us and Doomed, was it Doomed?
Barbarian.
Barbarian.
I don't know why I can't remember that name, but go get those things and go subscribe to these guys because they're awesome. All right.
Thanks.
Other than that, you guys rock in the chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you, everybody on the replay, and we are out.